It's Week 7 of the National Football League.
Up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes.
He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Chiefs and the Niners.
And it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
The onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Well, the Chiefs offense going to make their way out, and at the helm, a now three-time Super Bowl MVP in his 8th season in the NFL, it's Patrick Mahomes.
And coming off of an early season open week, and in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was,
ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Mahomes going to throw. He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. And all the way down to the 26. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one. 51 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
On the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. Here is Chiefs defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to it. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. This defense for the Chiefs very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Got an open man, it's Josh Palmer. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off, because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And some space here. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word, but if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now it's Burrow. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Justin Jefferson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the... On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. The Chiefs had a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. In motion, right one of the tight ends. Now here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Now Mahomes. And he's got it. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. Back now on EA Sports at Levi's Stadium in San... Now it's Mahomes again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback.
Set up shop at the 23-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score, but Remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and
to pick up the first. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. And now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike. 2nd and 6. Palmer going to go in motion left. McCaffrey running up the middle. Able to avoid him at the 40. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And a substantial run there by McCaffrey, and the reigning Offensive Player of the Year. It's coming off a season where he totaled over 2,000 yards from scrimmage for the 2nd time in his career. He truly can do it all.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And his kick is indeed good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's
throwing the sack for Mahomes and company. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has an opportunity to shift the momentum.
Third and goal, Burrow. And it'll be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points.
Mahomes now to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half. Butker's kick here is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. Reach halftime here and a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More
to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now it's Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a first and goal.
To the air again, Burrow. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Josh Palmer, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in. 35 to the 36. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Chris Olave, 64 yards. And the Chiefs have answered back with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down.
3rd down and less than a yard. To the right goes Mason. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now a short one to Gesicki. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have regained the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the...
As we start quarter number 4. Mahomes going to throw. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The offense. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 144 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout.
Now back to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Dana able to record his 5th sack of the season. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, You're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet.
Defensive player of the week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning defensive player of the week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? Your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative. And
Brings up 3rd and 3.
they'll set up a throw. That is caught, and he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jamar Chase, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners could be on their way to a 5-2 start as they add on to their lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Fred Warner, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood this.
Mahomes. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the 49ers will take over possession here up at the 44. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the 49ers, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.